Hey there guys and gals, just a quick one before we begin. Thank you so much for watching this guide. If it helps or if you enjoy it, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with a friend as well. Huge shout out as well to all my Patreon supporters and YouTube members, so thank you so much. Also, if you enjoy the dark side of gaming, which involves controversies with streamers and studios, murder and more, check out my podcast called Gaming's Darker Side. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you so much, and now, on with the good stuff. And welcome to the good stuff then. This is the very pretty looking, very kind of depressing, and you'll see why in a moment, Grief Like a Stray Dog. Now this was published by Sometimes You, developed by Rayonist, and is available for £8.39/$9.99 in the old US of aggregates. So, basically, this is roughly about an hour's game, where we basically play as a young postwoman in a very tight-knit rural community where World War II is ravaging on the outside. And basically, Nadia, who we're playing as, is 13. She delivers papers, letters, and death notifications. So, yeah. A few miscellaneous achievements we've got to grab along the way, plus we do have to do at least 1.5 playthroughs as well. So, again, not too bad, but I'll obviously be telling you things as we go through. So first things first, head to your settings, cursor speed, we're going to put that up all the way. Again, it's a very simplistic kind of game, a narrative-driven game. So the first thing we do, we're just going to click on the soldiers here, nipping into Ye Old Forest. And, well, that was it, and there we go. They all got shot and got World War II did up, job done. Right, so obviously a lot of dialogue in this game, which we will be skipping with the A button. So just keep bashing the A button as we click through. Click on the boys for another little bit of conversation. Again, you can't actually continue with the game until you speak to certain people, etc. and interact with certain objects. So you got to speak to the boys, speak to your mama. Don't worry, there's not going to be any yo mama jokes in this one. I feel like this is probably not the right place for it. And if you haven't already interacted with the letters, do so. Otherwise, you can interact with the door. And Nadia will be like, Mamai. And then she'll be like, get out of here. Right, do you see this little dog here? We're going to need to click on this dog a few times until it disappears. So make sure to click on that dog. We're going to need to click on him a couple of times throughout the game. Then interact with the very top building, which is basically the post office. Which we'll call it that. And you can see what looks like, I don't know, kind of looks like a monkey old Aladdin or something. Anyway, speak to monkey old Aladdin. And then we'll just say, I'll fill in for her because, well, you know, it's World War II, we're all a bit ill. And this girl's 13 and she can handle anything. So, yeah! Right, so pick up the letters there from the table from monkey old Aladdin's desk. And then click the arrow to continue on to your right. So, this is effectively the game. We're going to interact with the building just to the right of the post office first. But every building with a letter on top of it, we just have to go to that house, get the dialogue smashing out, and, yeah, just smash the dialogue out and continue to do that. We will unfold the letter this time. It doesn't matter. Now, in terms of the reason why we have to do 1.5 playthroughs, by the way, is there is a specific blind character who, one playthrough, we have to tell him the truth, and the next playthrough, we have to lie to him. So, that is why... but they are the only 2 dialogue options that matter throughout the game. The rest don't really matter. So, head to the building below and speak to Maria Glogler. This is another thing also that we have to do through the game. You just have to move your left thumbstick and give her the letter. Again, you'd think they'd be doing it a bit quicker, but... I suppose with World War II and there's about like 7 houses or something here, there's not a lot to do. So, might as well take your time. Nobody's exactly in a rush. So, once you have... Like I said, this is basically the game. Where we go to different people's houses, delivering mail and not getting paid for it, which is fantastic. The next house, we will go to the one of the left. We were in the central one. We'll go to the one just to the left of it. Again, it really does matter as well which houses you do them in. You could do them in any order you want. So speak to little mustache man and little old lady man. And then, of course, do the old chickadee a favour, hand her the letter with the left stick. And once that is done, yeah, we will head to the left, get the arrow out of yeah, put the arrow on arrow. We all love some arrow on arrow action. Right, go to the building to the left of that, from where we just were. It's obviously we're trying to just make the routes as short as possible, for quick as possible. So click on the letters then on the ground. This is one old abandoned building where it's full of ghosts and probably other paraphernalia. Deliver the white letter. I don't know what paraphernalia is, but you know what I mean. So, yep, just keep continuing. And then once that is done, we can head back out and then go to the building underneath us. And then we could just speak to Mr. Mansky and his dog. NASCAR and his dog. And again, hand him the letter with the left stick. And then once that is done, we can click the arrow to get out of meow once again. Right, so you can see that we're going to head back to our house in the top left. Now you can also see a hill, like a mound hill on the right-hand side of our screen. We need to speak to this hill, or need to at least click on it a couple of times, 3 times throughout the game to be exact. I will, of course, tell you when we need to do that. But again, that is just for another achievement as well. So just like the red dog, outline of a dog we chose earlier, we clicked on earlier, it's the same thing with the hill. Right, so once you've spoken to little brownskis and your little mama booskies and interacted with the letteroskis, it'll be the end of the day and the next day shall begin. More poverty, more war, more cold, huh? Well, it's always nice to wake up and, yeah, wake up and be depressed. Welcome to the war. Right, so again, just speak to your little brown town brothers. And then once you have spoken to them, we can get the hell out of here. Go deliver-reeling. Kind of like Just Eat and Uber and Deliveroo, but without any of the pay. Although saying that, actually, the going rates for Just Eat delivery drivers is pretty low these days. Especially if you are in America, of course, because you don't get a good wage unless you get tipped. America. Right, so go to the post office there at the top building again, where we can find the angry old monkey Aladdin. Again, I've got no basis that he is Aladdin, old or a monkey. I'm just going on what he looks like. So once you have angered him once more, pick up the letters once more, and then head back out to the right. Or click the right arrow so we can go back out. So first letter we're going to do is actually on the sort of middle left. That's the first one we're going to go to. And again, it'll be the same thing. In fact, no, this is the abandoned building, of course. So, again, interact with the letters. So, smash through. Then we can place the death notice. It's not going to go very well since whoever lives here is pretty dead themselves. Right, we're going to take the toy as well. Make sure to take the toy. We're going to get a missable achievement here as well. Or miscellaneous. So, just keep flicking it back and forth, left and right, until the achievement here unlocks. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, wing wong. There we go. All play, no work. Dad, why did you take me to a gay steel mill? Simpsons quote, direct Simpsons quote, that one, by the way. Anyway, once you have got that, we can leave and head up to the top right. Or just to the right of the post office. And if you don't believe me, watch the Simpsons episode where Homer takes Bart to a steel mill, trying to turn him into a man. Everyone knows that episode if you're a Simpsons fan. It's the one with Zap. So, give her the dreaded notice. Or, no, this is the medal, sorry. This isn't the death notice. This is a medal. Or Medal of Honor, as it were. Right, go to the top right house. This should be the... No, it's not the last one. We got one on the bottom right as well. Now, with the blind guy, this is the first interaction that we've got with this blind guy. Now, again, for the first playthrough here, we have to tell the truth. So we are going to choose the top option to give him the death notice. When we do our second playthrough, we'll choose the other option. But for now, we must choose to give the death notice. And again, it's only this guy that has different achievements. The rest of the dialogue options are fine. It's only this one. So once you have given him the death notice, he's going to be like, "Oh, my boy, he's dead," etc., etc., or old Russian crying. Go back, bottom right-hand corner now to finish off the last Hausen-Trausen. And again, it'll just be the same thing. Do the dialogue, hand over the letter, yob's a good 'un. So once we get back onto the main map menu, first of all, go to the bottom of the houses. Right in the middle of the trees is a red dog. So we need to interact with him a couple of times just to get him to bark. So that should be fine. And then interact with the hill at the very right-hand corner right there. And the hill will speak to us a couple of words. But that is the first, I believe, out of 3 times that we can speak to the hill. So make sure that you've got the hill. You've spoken to it, it said some words, and you've interacted with the dog there at the bottom of the map in the trees. Once you have done that, head home. Sweet home. And as usual, give the little brown towns a little talking to. And basically just carry on until it is the next day. Also, if you wouldn't mind, help the crane out when you got a second. Thanks! Right, so while everyone is sleeping, there's going to be a bit of a knock at the door. So again, smash through the dialogue and then just interact with the door. In fact, no, we're all good. We're going outside. Not quite that far yet. So back to the post office, speak to old Aladdin Monkey. And of course, grab the letters off the desk and get out of here. Oh, and choose, are you asleep actually? Again, doesn't matter the dialogue options here. It's only again for the blind man, which is who they... actually matter for in terms of achievements. Otherwise, grab the letters, get out of here, do your rounds again. So we'll start off with the one on the right of the post office. And again, smash the dialogue, give the letter, yada yada yada. I'm sorry, Youngblood. It is death notice. Lots of death notices. Right, we're going to head to the bottom right-hand house. And again, just do the same thing. You want a death notice? You get a death notice. You get a death notice. You get a breath notice. Damn, you need a tic-tac or something. Imagine that. Imagine going, how did the person die? Death by breath. Death by bad breath. And that's the end of that chapter, or your dad's chapter apparently, because he died in the war, sadly. Right, interact with the dog here again on the left-hand side of the map and speak to the hill. So again, make sure that you do both of those things. The dog on the left, you need to interact with a couple of times to get him back in, and interact with the hill, so it gives you that bit of dialogue right there. Once it's done, go to the house underneath the hill, and give it the old little blah blah blah, here's your death breath notice. Have a break, have a tic-tac. Oh, it's not even a death notice, so you got good breath. And what I believe is, finally, just head to the house at the sort of bottom left-hand corner, as it were. Again, I just interacted with the dog there just to make sure, but you should have already been good. Again, just in case, interact with the dog and the hill again before ending the day. So go ahead, speak to Marcus, NASCAR, or whatever his name is again. I'm sorry, my friend. Your breath is death. Death notice, breath notice for you. Right, so interact with the arrow to the right, and then of course we're going to head home. To the left again, the dog would have been... yeah, dog would have been gone. So again, as long as you clicked on him beforehand, all good. Interact with the mouthless. Of course, that's how poverty-stricken this village is. Nobody's got mouths. Makes it easier so they don't have to eat, I suppose, but yeah. So, go through all of the dialogue. Again, also, you probably may have noticed by now, there is no chapter select or anything like that. So if you do miss something, you'll have to just play through the game again. But that is why I am here, to hopefully not get you to miss anything. So just keep interacting with the door, and you're going to have a conversation with another sad woman. The sad village. So we've got a couple of miscellaneous ones coming up in this scene. Doesn't matter if you go right or left, but we're going to go right. So, first things first, there's a barrel right on this scene. We're going to tip the barrel a few times, or touch the barrel a few times. That is going to get us our next achievement. Stop barreling around like a monkey, or drum beater for short. Then we will continue into the next scene, and you'll see this cat right up here. You're going to basically piss off the cat so much that it's going to disappear. So that is what we're going to do. Just keep clicking on the cat, and it's basically going to hiss at you, throw its middle finger at you with cat-like reflexes, and then off it goes. And then we can just continue going through all of the various scenes and all of the various dialogue. Now, what's going to be coming up as well is basically like a minute or two where she sort of has a dance-off with someone, and you can't skip it. So, for now, though, she's just being sad. She's got to deliver the death breath notices all the time, which is understandable, because that really would weigh you down slightly. Put your hand in your brother's, and away you go. Whoa, whoa. Click on yourself and your brother there as you continue on upwards. And back to a new, dark, depressing day. So, back into the post office, we are going to see, of course, big old, angry, old Aladdin monkey. And again, it'll just be the same thing as always. Pick up the letter, get yourself out of there. And it's a new day. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling crap. Right, to interact with the dog there on top of the mountain this time. You can't actually speak with the mountain hill, but you can interact with the dog, so make sure to do so. And we're going to start off with the very bottom of the hill, the very bottom of the mountain. So there we go. Uncle Vanya, get your dialogue in and letters to him. And of course, click on the right arrow to get your little face out of there. Now we're going to click on the middle house this time. The house in the middle of the moop. And this is just the old lady, Nadusha or Nadusha. Yeah. Anyway, same thing. Have a flower. Flower. And once again, let's get out of here and go with the house just to the left of where we are. And she'll sprint her merry little shoes over. And again, knock on any window, speak to the old couple. And there we go. Right, we don't need to speak to the hill or find a dog this time, so we will just go straight with the top left-hand corner, our house. And again, do the same thing. Speak to your mama. Your mama's so poor she can't even pay attention. Your mama's so poor the ducks throw bread at her. Your mama's so poor when she heard about the Last Supper she thought she was running out of food stamps. Yes, these are directly quoted from South Park. I am just ripping off Eric Cartman, Yo Mama jokes there, but that's fine. So just continue to interact with the letters. Your mama's so poor. Your mama's so poor she uses Cheerios for earrings. Just classics. But anyway, I did say there would be no Yo Mama jokes, and I lied, so I'm sorry. So it is the next day after just nipping through all the your mama's so poor she cuts coupons out to be institutionalized jokes. And again, interact with everyone. One last one. Your mama's so poor she only understands handouts. Right, so now once we get outside we can interact with the hill. This should be the last time that we interact with the hill. This will get us the achievement Keeper of Stories. So that should be the last time we interact with the hill. Which, I mean, you know, it's a hill speaking to you. That should be as pretty messed up in your brain as it is. So, into the post office here, speaking to Aladdin, getting our letters. Now, there is a man here. Again, same without a mouth, but he, once we nip through the dialogues, he's going to give the bad news. That saves us from giving the bad news for a change. And then once that's done, we're going to head to the bottom house. Oh, one last quick Yo Mama So Poor joke. Yo Mama So Poor, she walked down the road with one shoe. And if you ask her if she lost a shoe, she say no, she found one. Okay, that was the last one now, I promise. Right then, so Uncle Vanya, we are going to give him the death of breath. And let's get out of here. Now, I know I shouldn't be joking around with such a serious sort of topic and serious story. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here a little bit. So go to the house to the right of just where we was just now. Instead of going across the grass, she decides to go all the way around because why not? And we're going to interact with... Now, this is the second option of the blind man's house. This is the second dialogue option. We must choose this time to leave it on the step. So, very important here, leave it on the step. This is the blind man from earlier where we told him the truth about his son. This is the blind man's house. We must leave it on the step this time. And again, I'll show you a bit later, but when we get here, we will choose the other option, just like earlier on. So, basically, we're sending the truth and we're all good. So, now we will interact with the very right-hand side house. Now, this is basically, after this one, is the moment where we're going to be doing some dancing. the unskippable dancing. So speak to Marakakakakaka. And again, give him the good news, everyone. That was a terrible Farnsworth impression, but you know what I mean. And then we can just get out of here. And, oh, it's Whitey. But yes, this is the bit now where you're going to click on the gramophone, recorder-phone, the saxophone. Basically, you're going to be dancing for the next sort of minute or so. So, yep, just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, if you put some rock music over this, I think it would be more hilarious. I think I was right. That music went perfectly well with that dancing. So that was enjoyable, huh? Everyone's got happy. Right, you will get the achievement there. Now interact with the dog just next to the hill. That will get us the next achievement there for interacting with the dog 4 times, I believe, through the game. So that should have got us 2 achievements there. So yep, once you've spoken with the dog, you've got that achievement. Top left corner, head home after your rock concert. And again, do the same thing. Speak to your little brown towns. Speak to your mama. So, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's the same life. Head to the post office once more and interact with the letters. On here, angry old Aladdin man is gone, so we just have to deliver the breath notices. You all need to brush your teeth. You all stink. The end. So, straight into the middle house there, we'll just give her the death bread. Okay, next! Next house, we're going to go to the middle of the 3 houses with the letters. Again, the dog is there. You don't have to interact with him anymore, though. Obviously, if you've got the achievement. So again, give some more bad news. Now, this must be, like, genuinely, seriously now, this must be, like, devastating in order to give such bad news as a 13-year-old all the time. It's, Jesus, man, that'll make you go bolder than me. And right now, if you can hear me, I slapped my head. That's how bald I am. So, since we're now a bald 13-year-old who's delivering bad news, let's get out of the hairy apartment and to the house on the left, bottom left. And now, this time, again, dialogue option doesn't matter here, but I just choose to tell the truth because I'm nice. I choose the bottom option. I came to tell you that there was no letters from Vasily anyway, so basically, assume he is... Oi, boy. You're damn right I'm wise beyond my years, because I've been giving out bad news for the last bloody 3 days, mate. Okay, so, last letter there in the right-hand side, on the right-hand side even. Gonna go for a little walk. And same old thing, give him the old death breath notice. So after this, it's only right that we go for a walk, which is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to click on Nadia here. Now, what is coming up? So we're going to just keep clicking on this screen for a minute. But what's basically coming up is that it's going to be like a forest scene. So, like, we have to click through with the arrows, like we did with the 2 achievements with the barrel and the cat earlier on. Now, as we go through the forest, we need to click on specific items. We have to click on these items in order to get an achievement. If you miss them, then you'll have to play through the whole game again just to get to this point. And it's not a pain, but, you know, it's just an inconvenience. So I will tell you exactly what we do. So we're going to be clicking on the right-hand side arrow about 4 or 5 times. So we click on it once. Now, what we're looking out for first is a scene with the campfire. And the camera's far away, and it's a campfire. So that's what we have to click on. So click on the right arrow 4 or 5 times. I believe it's 5 times. Now, this scene right here, make sure to click on the campfire first. Again, you have to click on this one. Then click on the right arrow. Again, I'm not sure if they're randomized, but you do have to click on the same things that I do. Now, there's nothing in this scene. The next thing we'll be looking out for is these tire tracks. So this is the next one. So make sure to click on the tire tracks. The next one will be a dead bird or a dead finch. Mrs. Finch. So click on the dead Boyd. And then click the right arrow again. Nothing here. So click arrow again. Click the right arrow again. The next thing we're looking out for is an axe embedded in a tree. It's not in this particular scene, but it is in the next one. The next one. Yep, here it is then. So this is the scene. There's the axe. So it is the campfire, the tire tracks, the dead bird, and the axe. So that is, once you've done that, click on to the right again, and that will be that. So you should get the Pathfinder achievement there. Again, now I actually missed it the first time. I forgot to click the campfire the first time I went through it. But it is the campfire, the tire tracks, the axe, and the dead bird. Once you've clicked on this bird, we're basically almost done with our first playthrough. So you click on whichever arrow you want. You end up going up these steps. Now, what I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you the entire next playthrough again. Because like I said, it's literally just a case of going to the post office, delivering the letters, and just continuing on through. Until we interact with the blind man, of course. So I will just show you which options we need to choose as the blind man. So... for now, just continue on through to the end of the game. He's going to give us an apple or something. Hopefully that doesn't mean death. But this is basically now more or less the end of the game. So we'll get an achievement there that is basically story related. Now, ignoring, you should have 10 out of 11 right now. The last one you should have is False Hope. The Pathfinder one you should have already got. Like I said, for me, it's because I missed it the first time, because I is rather stupid. So, the way we're going to have to do it is, there's no way we can just quit back to the main menu. So, we're going to have to completely quit out of the game and go back in and basically start a new game over again. So this is where the half a playthrough is coming into it now. So again, instead of me showing you all of it again, it's a fairly easy game. You know what to do by now. Grab letter, take letter to people, give them good news, everybody, or bad news, everybody. And well, you know the drill. Until we get to the point where we interact with the blind man. The blind man in the top right-hand corner. So, this time, for this first interaction with the blind man, remember, we are going to choose the bottom option this time. So, we're going to lie to him this time. And 13-year-olds lie all the time. So, this should be very easy. So, lie that Sasha is alive. So, bottom option, lie that Sasha is alive. And then he'll be like, oh my god, Sasha's alive. I'm blind, so I'll never be able to tell. But, although blind people have a heightened sense of everything, so they're actually fantastic. Apart from this guy, who his heightened sense of knowing that we're lying isn't very good. But still, as long as you chose the bottom option, that's all good. Then you can continue on with the game as normal until we get to the point where we will be outside his house. And it's going to be at this point. So again, once we're outside his house, once you've gotten through the game a little bit more, once you have gotten to the point where you're outside his house again, make sure this time to tear up the letter. So bottom option again, tear up the letter. Very important. Don't leave it on the doorstep this time. Tear it up. And once you've got that, you will get the False Hope achievement. And with that, you should now be on 11 out of 11. So there we go. Nice and easy. Very hard-hitting, very depressing, but that's what people had to do back in the World War II days. The days before TikTok and Reels caught nobody's attention. But there we go. Thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. I'll see you in the next one. Big love.